Hello and welcome to computer class. My name is Dave and today we're talking about transitions and animations in PowerPoint. So get yourself a PowerPoint presentation and we will get started. Alright, so I'm going to start with the animations pane because this is how you make objects move around or come in or go out on your page. And so you need to have an object like text. You can really animate anything in PowerPoint. And you'll notice that the animation pane is automatically grayed out by default. So what you need to do is actually click an object. So I'm going to click this piece of text. Then from the drop down in the options panel here, we have options for entrance animations, emphasis animations, and exit animations. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give an entrance to this. And you don't have to use all three. You could use one. But if you want to use all three, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to do the fly-in animation. Okay. And notice now when I click the preview button right here, it will play the animation for me for that object. I can change the effect of that object if I want to come from a different angle. That's kind of cool. And then moving over, if I want to add a second animation to it, then I need to click this button and maybe I want it to grow and shrink once it lands on the page here. So I'm going to click that. So now it would be a good time to talk about the animation pane. And basically what this allows us to do is see everything in the order that it's being played in when I make that pop out happen. And you'll see that it plays from the beginning. And first when we click to the slide and press over, arrow key or click, whatever one, it will start the opening animation, which will be that one. And then it will grow. Okay. Now I could make these start one after another by clicking this one. And you can see the amount of time, duration, or delay I would wait. So let me just click this up to 150 and I'm going to delay it for a second for the next animation starts. And then I'm going to click the second one and I'm going to say that this one is going to happen after the previous one. So now they're in a row. And now if I add a third animation for exit, let's make it disappear. Okay? And we'll put that one after the previous. All right, so now when we preview this, what should happen is it should come in, should take 2 seconds, grow in size, and then pow, should be gone. Should fall away. So that's pretty much how that works. And you can set up different triggers, like if you click different things. Here we have 2 objects on the page. We have title 1, which is this one, and we have title 2, which is this one. You could say that the trigger is for the animation when one of those comes up. It doesn't have to be the start to the page or the clicking on of the page like it is right now. You can choose a different trigger to set off the animation. Okay, so just so everyone's aware of that. All right, moving on, you can also reorder these in case you need to. Let's go to the transitions tab. And basically these are for in between slides. So right here, let's just pick a random slide, and whichever one you have selected is pretty much the one it's going to target. And I'm going to do the traditional one of fade. So now it's going to fade. It gives you a little, again, the preview window is there. You can take the effect options and you can do smoothly, and apparently you can fade through black, which is pretty cool. All right, and then a lovely little feature which I love, because let's just say you had 100 slides. Why in the world would you want to sit there and apply these to every single one of these? You can hit apply to all, and it will apply to every single one of the slides. And you see, let me go back a second, hit Control Z. First, we only had a transition for this one slide. When I hit apply all, the little star appeared on every single slide. And so that's telling us that we have a transition on every single slide. And it's the fade transition. Okay. And I can choose the duration if I wanted to be a little bit longer. I can apply a sound when it switches, which that could be very annoying. I'm not sure why that feature is necessarily helpful. The other thing is, and I'll talk about this a little bit when I go to talk about the slideshow tab, but if you want to, what you can do is you can click off on mouse click and you can set after a couple of seconds here, and you should be able, and I can apply it to all of them, it should play on its own to the next slide. So here we go. Now this one has an animation. So it's going to play after the previous. And then notice after 2 seconds it plays. After 2 seconds it plays. And it will play through my entire slideshow. The problem will be when it gets to the end of the slideshow. Okay. Apparently I have audio on that slide right there. I'm going to delete that. But when it gets to the end of the slideshow here, it is going to stop. And it's going to default out. So if you want to fix that problem, if you wanted an infinitely looping slideshow, what you could do is you could go to slideshow and slideshow setup here, and you could just turn on the loop continuously button here, press OK, and then we can start from the current slide. Let's just start from this one. That way we'll be close to the end here. Actually, we'll start with that one. All right, so it's playing this slide. Next slide. And we're back to the beginning with our animation. So you could set up pretty much an automatic slideshow if you wanted to, and transitions in the slideshow tab help you to do that. Okay? So again, that's what these features are for. The on mouse click versus the after is for creating those automatic looping slideshows. Maybe you need some sort of a picture slideshow for maybe a funeral or something like that, or just to show your grandparents all your photos that you have, or maybe you need some sort of a startup slideshow that's playing at the beginning on screen for an auditorium giving out announcements or something like that. This is the perfect way to do that. It's a very powerful feature, these transitions and everything. All right, so hopefully you learned something today and about transitions and animations. Hopefully you've given the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I will see you in the next video.